Let's talk about you. You just did the charity walk for pancreatic cancer on Saturday.
We did the PanCam Purple Stride on Saturday. My team was me and 3 of my friends, and we raised $2,500 for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. So thank you to everybody who donated and or shared the link. And yeah, we had like the only day of good weather all weekend, which was great. It was a pretty big turnout. Very cool event. Yeah, see, it was like, I think it was like a 1.5 mile walk, something like that, but just around a big city park. So it was very pleasant. There were a lot of dogs. One of my favorite things about Denver is I never leave my house without seeing a dog. So there were lots of happy dogs. And we raised some money to fight pancreatic cancer, which is great.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who contributed to the campaign as well, from here from Radio Dead Air and all that. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much. Whether you donated, shared the link, told somebody about it, whatever, I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I have been just, I'm trying to get some home improvement stuff done on the verge of, you know, the Tariff-Mageddon. That sounds like a leprechaun. I'm Tariff-Mageddon. So, but yeah.
You're not on TikTok, but TikTok is currently a lot of people telling you what to like panic buy and what to stockpile.
Yeah.
And I have a comically small freezer, so it is freaking me out because they're like, buy a lot of stuff and freeze it. And I'm like, you don't understand how comically small my freezer is.
Yeah. Most of us don't have chest freezers, you silly person. Yeah. But yeah, I've been trying to do little stuff that I won't like, home automation stuff, you know, where we can control the lights outside and shut them off at sunrise and, you know, turn them on at sunset and all that. Try energy saving stuff, just whatever I can before I can't get the stuff anymore. So I've been doing that. I've also been working on this a little bit more. It probably looks better this week because
yes,
Windows is very stupid. All
Agreed.
These many years later, Windows is some things it's essential for, and other things I had thought, because for the longest time I was using a DSLR camera going through a capture card, I thought Windows had solved a problem. And the problem was, long ago, you could not use a single webcam with multiple applications at the same time. Like if I was trying to use it for streaming and Discord at the same time, one of them would fail, and one of them wouldn't get the signal. And I was like, well, with my capture card, I could send it to several outputs at once and everything. So I was like, great, they solved it. Then I moved to this webcam, which is actually a webcam again, and come to find out, no, they did not solve that. You could only send it. So I had to figure out, I was using something called NDI last week, which did not work very well. OBS finally enabled me to send it. OBS has a virtual camera, which I can send the output from the stream thing over here to Discord as if it was a webcam. Except if I had just done that normally, you'd be seeing what everybody else was seeing on screen. You'd be seeing yourself, you'd be seeing all the graphics. I managed to find out I could select a single input device going into OBS, like the webcam, and shoot the output just to that one thing over to Discord, which is why I've got the red outline and everything. This is how it looks to OBS. So it works now. It's not losing its mind at me. Last time it was like, I can't do this. I don't know what's happening. Pray for Mojo. And now it's fine.
I don't really know what you just said, but you look great.
Yes, you do. You do. You heard and understood.
I really don't.
You were not that.
I used a camera that literally came with my iMac. And I have a little clip-on ring light.
Yeah.
That's my setup. And a little microphone that you hate.
We've got to get you on the one that the good microphone. You don't know how many effects I have to put on this to make your microphone sound halfway decent. We got to put you on the good microphone again. Anyway.
It's in my garage. I have to excavate it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. And the little stand I got you too.
I have the little stand.
Okay.
Because that was part of the problem, was like it was on a giant stand that took up half the office and would tip over randomly.
Yes. And I got you a little one. So
Hi Simba. You gonna join us?
Maybe, maybe not. Simba's deciding.
He's thinking about it.
So it's time to get to the nonsense. Each week, Catherine, the Radio Dead Air audience, go out in the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff, bring it back here for a little segment we like to call What the Fuck is Wrong with You? And we're going to start with, when was Easter? My brain is melted.
Easter was 4/20 this year.
All right, so that was a week ago. See, I'm getting Easter mixed up in my head with the Pope in my head, so I don't know what, like, we're not going to cover it, but just among the other stories this week, people were caught taking selfies with the Pope's corpse, which was, yeah.
Like, it's bad enough JD Vance murdered him.
Yeah, I know. Like,
and then fucking Phantom Menace fell asleep at the goddamn funeral.
Listen, if you're going to take a selfie with the Pope, it's $20. You got to pay at the table. Autographs are $30.
I mean, they probably would do that. How are people getting access to the corpse?
They had him on display. And people were like filing by and just.
There had to be like a rope barrier, like.
I don't know. I think the Swiss Guard would be all about it.
Francis was uniquely accessible as a pope. He didn't travel around in the Pope bubble. He freaked out security real bad because he actually wanted to like meet people and hold babies and kiss people and hold hands and stuff. And they don't like when the Pope does that ever since JP2 got shot.
Yeah.
But still, once he's dead, I don't think they're going to let people like touch the body.
Well, there was Easter stuff that happened, which, brother, I don't think some of these people quite grasp the concept of crime, in that you are not allowed to do crime because it's crime. So if you're
unless you have $1 billion.
Yeah. But if you're going to attempt crime, it's normally a good idea not to say to everybody, hey, we're doing a crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man allegedly hid marijuana in Easter eggs across city, posted clues to social media.
That is a very expensive good deed that you're going to go to prison for.
Well, yeah.
Like, you are a really nice person, or that was some really shitty weed.
Police said they were searching for a man this is from Lufkin, Texas, who allegedly hid plastic Easter eggs across his city containing marijuana, then posted clues on how to find them to social media. According to a press release from the Lufkin Police Department, officers received a tip about a Facebook account that was posting about plastic eggs full of marijuana hidden in various parks around the city as part of a scavenger hunt. Suspect posted 4 photos on Facebook showing each location as hints to locate the eggs. Okay, well, pictures of location, that's not a hint. This is where they are.
It depends. Like, I follow a podcast about the city of Denver, and they do like name the location every week, and they take like an obscure picture, and you have to tell them where it is, where it was taken.
Well, so normally when you do that, he also posted a photo of 5 plastic eggs in the seat of a vehicle. Officers found 4 eggs. Believe he had not placed the 5th. Officers learned they were incorrect in their assumption when a man
couldn't find the 5th.
Oh, well, yeah, they thought he didn't. Officers learned they were incorrect in their assumption when a man and his. Well, officers learned they were incorrect in their assumption when a man and his granddaughter turned in the final egg, having also found it in a park. In total, officers say they recovered 1/4 ounce of marijuana. Officers identified Avante Nicholson as the suspect behind the scavenger hunt by combing his Facebook account. Also found statements referencing selling narcotics on multiple occasions. He states whoever shopped with him the day of the scavenger hunt would get hints to the location of the eggs. Police were not able to locate Nicholson. So this was promotional.
Wait, so this was like purchase required.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you buy some drugs off me, that's clever.
I mean, yeah.
See, the joke I was trying to make was that the cops took the fifth egg. And I was all set up to be like, that's not what taking the fifth means. But man, talk about an uncool grandpa. Like, if that's me, I'm like, oh, wow, that's really boring. They left you an egg full of oregano. I'll get rid of that for you, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. And turn it in.
You understand, unless you specifically lock your Facebook, everyone can see your Facebook.
Like, at least use a burner Facebook, dude.
Apparently, the cops weren't even aware of him before, but now they're looking through, oh, he's been selling drugs before. Dude! Now look.
Like, you were literally getting away with it.
Whether you feel marijuana should be illegal or not, and if you think it's illegal, you're wrong, but regardless of how you feel about it, this was so dumb.
It is.
This was so dumb. You idiot. You idiot.
No good deed goes unpunished. Because let me tell you, I'm not sure if there's anybody that needs some fucking weed more than Texas right now.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Because you live in Texas.
Well, let's go a little closer to you. This is from Pueblo.
Uh-oh.
I really don't think this guy quite understood the entire premise of a prison sentence. Because, yeah. Pueblo County inmate with previous escape charge attempts escape with just 2 days left in sentence.
Oh, buddy.
Pueblo County Sheriff's Office confirmed that an inmate escaped the Pueblo County Jail last night. Inmate had previously pled guilty to escape attempt, according to Pueblo Sheriff David J. Lucero. The inmate was gone for about 35 minutes after walking out of the detention center. He confirmed the inmate, now identified as Lucas Brown, is back in custody following assistance from the police department locating him. According to the sheriff's office, inmates designated as kitchen trustees were cleaning up for the night. Brown went to throw out the trash and took off running west of 9th Street.
2 days, buddy.
At the time of his alleged escape, Brown just had 2 days left in his sentence. He was originally sentenced to 90 days for criminal mischief. He now faces additional charges and will no longer be released tomorrow and is no longer a trustee.
Buddy. 2 days.
2 days until retirement.
Yeah. And you get shot by an alien.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what his giant neck tat is.
I don't know. There's something going on there. Yeah, he does. He's got
like, is it the head of the Virgin Mary?
I don't know.
Holding rosary?
There's something going on there.
Doesn't seem to be a face.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's when you get the tats on your face, that's when you've hit the point of fuck it.
I like the dove above the eyebrow.
Yeah, that's
looks like a rosary under one eye.
Yeah.
You seem really, really into Christian iconography for a guy who spends quite so much time in prison. Now that said, Jesus did hang out with prisoners.
That's true. But why the fuck would you just Did you not like what was on the menu for the next 2 days?
2 days, bro. Oh, wait, that's a totally different mugshot. Wait, what?
No, that's Lucas
Oh,
Brown. That's his older
mug.
Yeah, that's his older
Okay.
mugshot. That's a way old one. It's sort of a before and after.
Has, instead of like he got the clown lines, but only 3.
Yeah, I know.
What happened there? Did you run before it was finished? Did you get 3/4 of the way through and escape the tattoo studio? You don't seem to have follow through.
They were gonna let you go. That's what it means when your sentence is up.
2 days.
Well, now you're gonna be back in there. Who the fuck knows how long? Great job.
Yeah.
Great fucking job. Oh, we got another man who's going to be in jail for a bit.
And you don't even get kitchen duty anymore.
No, you don't get kitchen duty. Good job. Well, now we know someone we know someone else is going to be in jail for a bit. This is from St. Johns County, Florida. We often say here in response to certain drugs, we say the old drugs still work, and that's true. The problem is you shouldn't do them all at the same time.
No. I just gotta look at my hair. What's going on? Sorry.
Man who broke into home naked using tree branch arrested. Investigators find drugs, $85,000, and guns at his home.
What?
Yeah, a man accused of breaking into a St. Johns County home using a large branch is facing multiple charges after investigators uncovered pounds of drugs, multiple firearms, and thousands in cash at his residence. On April 15th, deputies responded to a burglary in progress and discovered a naked man had used a large wooden branch to shatter glass on a back door. Pardon me. The residents of the home hid another bedroom and called 911. Alejandro Barzaga, 44, was taken into custody by investigators, who later learned he lived nearby. There he is, and there's all the stuff they took. Deputies went to his home where they found clothing and a purse outside and the garage door open. Upon entering the home, deputies discovered evidence of a large marijuana grow.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, you could say that. It's got a couple plants in there. Personal use, I'm sure. They found 3 guns, $85,000 in U.S. currency, 22 pounds of psilocybin mushrooms, 12 marijuana plants, 3 pounds of marijuana, more than 5 pounds of marijuana edibles, and 17 grams of ketamine and a partridge in a pear fucking tree.
Pear tree. And that partridge was fucked up.
They also found drug paraphernalia consistent with cultivation and sales. Psilocybin, marijuana, and ketamine. That is a bad time.
I mean, reality does suck right now. So if you just want to not reality anymore, he's your guy.
What? That's a little too much.
They just legalized psilocybin in Colorado, but they haven't really worked out the logistics yet.
You just go into the woods and you find some. There you go.
Yeah, but like for sale and like, you know.
You go into the woods and you find some. Just the how you get from you have your own little drug operation to a few hours later, you are naked like a caveman smashing your way into somebody's house.
Yeah.
That's don't it's not like you remember we used to go to like we went out to eat and they had the soda fountain and you'd take your cup and you'd go through all the sodas at the same time and you'd make it's called a suicide. Don't do that with drugs. Because this is what happens.
That sounds horrible. Why would you do that?
You've never heard of a suicide.
No.
Never heard of those? That's a classic. Yeah, it's ones they have the self.
I used to like mix fruit punch and Sprite.
This is before they had the machines that would dispense them all out of one nozzle, the robot ones. This is when they had like 6 or 7 different ones.
Right.
And you just go down and you get a little of each one.
Right, but like why?
Because you could.
But like why would you want to?
Because. Why is it? So are people calling it swamp water? That's another way of calling it. Yeah.
I mean, I like enjoying my beverages personally.
You just don't understand kids. You just don't understand kids.
I mean, I was born 30 years old. Fun fact about me.
We have more fun with drinks. Not so much fun with drinking and driving. This is also Florida. I will say one thing about this guy. At least he learned how to share. That's probably about all he learned. Man offers vodka spritz to Florida deputies after chase. Richard Christopher Smith, 39, attempted to evade capture. Florida man is facing charges after he offered Highland County deputies an alcoholic beverage during a bizarre pursuit. Around 3 p.m. Saturday, deputies say 39-year-old Richard Christopher Smith of Miami stole several items, including several alcoholic beverages, and walked out of the Spring Lake Market. Shortly after deputies arrived, they say Smith was in a black minivan driving circles around the store. Then he sped off, launching a pursuit that ended several miles later in the parking lot of a business at the Sebring Airport. During the pursuit, deputies say Smith held a can of Kettle One vodka spritz out the window as he drove by a deputy trying to get him to stop, telling the deputy, quote, "I was just going to give you a drink. That's it." Smith then attempted to ram 2 patrol vehicles in the midst of getting all 4 tires flattened by spike strips. Smith was eventually tased and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, battery on a law enforcement officer, 2 counts of resisting arrest, DUI, refusal to submit, blah, 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 petty theft. Yeah.
It's a week of people sharing their drugs, but not in the smartest of ways.
Not in the smartest of ways, no.
Like generosity is a virtue, but so is intelligence.
You gotta look at the caption on the video there at the bottom. Go down to the bottom. It's paused, but you can see the caption on the video there at the bottom. You guys had fun though, right? I kind of like this guy a little bit. So we do have a philosophy here at Radio Dead Air, and that is if you're going to do a crime, make the cops work. Make them fucking work. Yeah. Make them earn that money that they get way too much of. Make them fucking work.
And I mean, if he had gotten even one of them to accept the can, he probably could have gotten his case thrown out.
Yep. Because that's so not only that's drinking on duty, accepting stolen goods.
Right. Like, was this a little bit genius in a Joker kind of way?
Oh my God. This next one's less funny. Because, you know,
I love that he stole Kettle One spritzers.
Yeah. So get this up here on share. Where'd it go? Okay. Yeah, here it is. This one's from Arizona. Oh boy. Lady, I want to say there's no malice involved, just a whole fuck bunch of stupidity. And none of the kids are hurt. The kids are all fine. Nobody. Yeah, I know you're already getting that look on your face. You're like, what? So good idea. Cater a child's Christmas party. Bad idea. Don't ask what's in the Jello shots.
What?
Mom arrested for giving Jello shots to kids at elementary school Christmas party.
What?
Tyler, Texas. Mom's been arrested after being accused of bringing Jello shots to a Christmas party at an elementary school. According to an affidavit, the assistant principal told a Tyler Independent School District police officer she believed the parents had brought Jello shots to a classroom Christmas party. Police later identified the parent as Teresa Isabel Bernal, 33. Bernal reportedly told the officer the Jello shots came from a small sweet shop that is run from a private home. That's your first big red flag.
And you just got your neighbor arrested too, because you can't run a food business out of your home like that.
She said she bought them for her daughter's 5th grade Christmas party, but did not know they contained alcohol.
What would be the point of 2 ounces of Jello?
Yeah. How much did you pay for those Jello shots? Do you not know how much things cost?
And also, what child have you ever met? Like, do kids even eat Jello anymore? I feel like it's not really a thing anymore. But like, what child that you have ever met that wants 2 bites of any sweet thing ever?
Police say nearly all the kids.
How did this make sense to you?
Police say nearly all the kids reported having stomach aches and headaches. One boy saying he threw up twice that day. Another claiming he passed out after eating 6 of them. That kid's got a future. I'm a grown-ass
person. I am a grown-ass person who is a bit overweight for my height. And if you give me 6 Jello shots, you might have to take me to the ER.
That kid is going to be very popular when he gets to college.
That kid is going to be president of his frat.
Another parent said her son was acting oddly when she picked him up from school and also, quote, passed out on the floor at home. After they said about 20 minutes into the party, 2 teachers also tried the Jello and notified the 5th grade teacher that they thought the cups contained alcohol. The 5th grade teacher tried one, but said it was hard to tell.
So all the kids are fucked up. Now 2 of the teachers are kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Owner of the sweet shop told police the Jello contained vodka, but they thought Bernal had ordered alcoholic shots on purpose and were unaware the order was for a classroom party.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame her, except that she is running an illegal kitchen.
Yeah. Owner provided a screenshot of a text from Bernal shortly after the classroom party started, asking if the Jello contained alcohol. The owner replied that it did, asked why, and Bernal simply texted back, quote, "Kids."
Dude.
Like, how much? I'm going to pause. How much did you pay for those Jello shots?
Right.
Because was it like $50 for some fucking Jello? You're like, wow, Jello costs a lot. These tariffs are crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, indeed.
Like, I'm not here to judge the kids. I too once got fucked up as a child.
Yes, you did.
So like it happens.
Fortunately, all the kids. Yeah, fortunately, all the kids are fine. The school nurse checked them out. Nobody went to the hospital. Everyone's fine. I'm just amazed at that one who chugged 6 of them. Fucking God. How big is that child?
Is that like the fucking Hulkling?
Like, when I went to school, there was like, you get to like, 5th grade, and there's like one who'd been held back for 2 years, and they hit puberty, and there's like, whoa. Like, you had like
there was just always one kid who was just big for their age. Like, I was freakishly tall for my age throughout elementary school. I was always super tall in the pictures, but like, It's usually a boy, but there's usually one boy who's just a fucking tank, and you do not want to be against him in dodgeball.
Well, he has got a story to tell for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Last one tonight, and this is 6. This is from Japan, and I am not historically an active person. I will be active sometimes when, I'm trying to be for my health because I don't want to die. But typically, I'm very much a homebody. We have cats. That's all we need. I go outside, I sit down, I have coffee, I sit with the cats. That's all I need in my life, right? Well, you'd probably never get me to climb a mountain.
Mm-mm.
And
people are really into that here. People keep asking me to go hiking, and I'm like, ew, outside? No.
And I know I would be bad at it. But this guy wasn't just bad at it, he was bad at it twice. Man airlifted from Japan's Mount Fuji returns to the slope days later and is rescued again. Climber airlifted with altitude sickness from near the peak of Japan's Mount Fuji last week returned to the slope and was rescued for a second time just 4 days later. We'll get to why. Climbers identified as a 27-year-old Chinese student living in Japan. He made an emergency call on April 22nd after was airlifted after developing symptoms of altitude sickness. On Saturday, he returned to the mountain about 3,000 meters, nearly 10,000 feet above sea level, to look for his cell phone. Now, look, if you already try to climb Mount fucking Fuji and fail to the point they have to get a aircraft to get you the fuck out of there, take the hint.
Yeah. And like, as somebody who lives in a high altitude place, altitude sickness will fuck you up. A week after we moved here, we went to Dan's corporate retreat, which was at the top of a mountain. So we were here for like a week at 5,000 feet, had not acclimated, went to 8,000 feet. And the first thing his coworkers are like, do you want to go on a hike? And we're like, fuck no. We're dying.
But for a phone.
And the thing is, like, what are the odds that phone would even still work? Because it's going to be cold up there.
Yeah. Well, cold doesn't bother phones very much. For electronics, cold tends to be better than heat. The only thing you have to worry about is condensation. But regardless, yeah, someone in the channel is like, that's Mount Fuji's phone now.
Yeah. The mountain will call you.
You have gifted the mountain an iPhone. It says thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine, like, Time Lord Soundwave, if you lose your cell phone on a mountain, let it go, because, man, it's gone. It's
some of the kids do not get that, and it's a bummer.
Sendai guy says most people don't climb Fuji until July, August, when there's no snow at the peak. Like, what phone was this that you had to go back for it? Was it one of them folding motherfuckers, or
like, and what's on that phone? You got like, who shot JFK on that motherfucker or something?
I know. Like, did you do crimes on your phone?
That you cannot, that you like cannot live without.
You got to imagine the rescue team is like, don't I know you?
Yeah, man, I forgot my phone though. And listen, I get it. Like, I am trying really hard to be less of a phone junkie. The few times I have managed to leave my house without my phone, I am fucking weirded out all day. Like, I feel like I left my house without pants if I leave my house without my phone. Like, we're all junkies, right? And like, if you lose it, like, it's, you know, that all your content, if you lose it and you have to start over, everything's gone. And that's a pain in the ass. But what's more of a pain in the ass is dying at the top of Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valkyrie just trotted in and was like, meow.
The hell, man? How much money did that airlift fucking cost? Is the other thing.
Can you imagine when the rescue team was like, what the fuck, dude? Again? Imagine, I just want you to close your eyes, everybody, and imagine their faces when he explained to them why.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, what did we learn this week?
Oh, God. I think Valkyrie has learned how to move the cat gate.
Uh-oh.
She's unscrewing the cat gate. You little demon. She's like spinning the thing on it.
What?
You fuzzy little demon. I have a pressure gate. So it can fit like multiple size doors. So like you put it in and then you wind the thing out and she's like just spinning it. She's smart for her own good.
What have we learned this week? We've learned that a phone is not worth going back to the place you almost died.
No.
It's just a phone. We have learned that if the Jello shots are really, really expensive, they're not for kids.
Yeah.
Learn how to economy. We have learned that just because you offer the officer a drink, if you stole it, you're still in trouble.
They don't want to party with you.
We've learned just don't do so many drugs at once. They do different things, and they all want to do different things within you. You ever seen Inside Out? You ever seen Inside Out? Okay, imagine that, except all of those are different drugs, and they all want to kill each other. So,
just like pick a lane.
We have learned if you only have 2 days left on your sentence, just wait. What did you have to get to? Did you really want to see Sinners in the theater or something?
I mean, hard to blame them if that's the case. Because that is a goddamn good movie. And if you haven't seen it, you should. But like maybe wait the 2 days. It'll still be there. It's making tons of money. It's not going anywhere.
And finally, we've learned that if you are going to have an illegal Easter egg hunt, maybe set your Facebook group to private.
Yeah.
Set that to, that's a no-no. That's a, yeah.
Yeah.